So it looks like we're getting another Death Note game sometime in the future. And this game is called Death Note Killer Within, and it's supposed to be coming out tomorrow on November 5th. It's supposed to be a strategy game. It's going to allow up to 10 players. And it's supposed to be published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. And it's a T rated game, and it's something that I feel like for the most part, it's going to appeal to a niche audience. And it's probably a game that would have been more popular if it came out like a decade ago, because, or even like 15 years ago for that matter, because like Death Note hasn't been relevant in like a very long time. And the last time it was relevant, I would say, was like the mid to late 2000s, because I remember watching the entire series, 'cause I think there was only one season. There was like 36, 37 episodes or what have you, and honestly, the series ended up being a lot better than I thought it initially would be, and there was so many, like, twists and turns and all kinds of unexpected stuff that kept you on the edge of the seat, and, and it's criminal that Death Note didn't get more than one season. I feel like they could have broke season one up into like two different seasons, but the whole thing between Kira and L and just like all the stuff that happened is just it's crazy. I've never seen an anime like that in my entire life, and I feel like it's highly underrated for the most part. And I think, like, as far as video games are concerned, I think we got a couple of Death Note games for Nintendo DS back in the day, like during the 2000s. But it's something that fell under the radar because there was a lot of other like popular video games out there and a lot of popular video game franchises out there. I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto. I'm talking about Halo. Um, I'm talking about Gran Turismo, Dragon Ball Z, all kinds of like popular video game series that people had their attention towards during the 2000s for the most part. And as far as this game is concerned, it's supposed to be released for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC. I didn't read anything about it having an Xbox Series X release, and I do know that it's supposed to be like an online only game, and I think it's something that requires, well, it doesn't necessarily require voice chat, but it's something that's recommended. You need internet service, obviously. And the cool thing about this is that it supports cross-play for a large group of players. So I do feel that this is something that should have been done a long time ago. But at the same time, it's cool that we're getting it. But I'm afraid that the release of this game is going to get overshadowed by the fact that tomorrow is election day and more people are probably going to be turning their attention to that and whatever else they're doing opposed to looking forward to Death Note Killer Within. I feel like this is a series that probably should have I mean, the anime series should have lasted a lot longer than it should have, or we should have gotten more seasons. Either way, I feel like Death Note is one of the more iconic animes of the 2000s. I feel like it deserved more video games than it has gotten within the past several years. And I do feel like this online social deduction game is something that's going to be quite new for a lot of people because we don't get a lot of high profile strategy games in this day and age because the strategy genre was more popular in the 2000s and like the early teens, opposed to what we have been seeing within the past several years or so. And um and yeah, I do feel that having the ability to be either on L or Kira's team and trying to like discover the identity of either one of them is something that is going to appeal to a lot of people who were fans of the series because that's basically what the anime was about. It was basically everybody trying to figure out who Kira was, and then you found out that Kira was actually the main protagonist, and then in the end, he ended up being the main antagonist. And then you find out that I guess he was, trying to play God and rid the world of crime and do all this other stuff, and he had to be taken down. It's very intriguing, and honestly, I enjoyed like almost every second of it, and honestly, um, it's one of the best like psychological, thriller type animes I've ever seen, and and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are gonna check it out just to see what it's like. But let's be honest. I mean, this is probably gonna be something that's gonna get overshadowed by Sparking Zero and Tekken 8 as far as Bandai Namco published games are concerned, because um, Bandai Namco, for the most part, they've been doing a really good job in relation to their games, and they've been putting out titles that people are actually interested in because they're working with IPs and names that people are familiar with for the most part. So I think Death Note Killer Within is something that's definitely going to appeal to like a niche audience of gamers and those who were fans of the anime back in the day.